Good morning and welcome back to the channel, Pennies and Cents. It has been a minute, it has been school holidays, so I just totally get off track when that happens. So today I will be doing some more beef videos. I will also do some shopping hauls and just a general catch up. It's nice to see you. Here is the video. Actually, we just do a quick shop and I cook some muesli and we go to the fireworks with my daughter. Good morning, out for another walk, and I don't know if you can see my breath, but it is so cold. There's still a bit of a frost. I don't know if you can see it on the ground. It has been obviously below zero overnight, but it's got my puffer jacket on to keep warm, but it is just so nice at this time of the morning, even though it is freezing. Yeah, lots of geese, Canadian geese, who apparently don't fly north in the winter. They just stay here. Anyway. Have a look at how big this tree is. It's a eucalyptus. It's hard to say. I'll step back a little. I'm not doing it justice. I think you can see the sides of how big this is. Massive tree. It's time to have a shop at Woolworths. I should really avoid this area, but I had to check the prices of chocolate. That's a good deal there. Okay, it's time for tea. And we're going to be using up some more of our mince out of the freezer because we're doing a freezer clear out. So I'm going to make my mum's meatloaf that she always made. I have made a few tweaks to it over the years, but it's basically a sweet and sour meatloaf. So what I have in here is 500 grams of mince, beef mince. And usually I'll do the same amount of sausage meat. Generally you do pork, but I am using up my beef, so I was using my beef sausages. I used 6 sausages worth, and I put a diced onion, a grated carrot, about 1/3 of a cup of quick oats, 2 eggs, salt and pepper, and all the seasonings you'd normally put in. I've done mixed herbs, and I did some garlic oil because my garlic is frozen. It'd be hard to mix through. I grated a carrot, and I think I put a little bit of paprika, and that's it for the mix. So I'll get that all well combined, and then later we will top it with the sweet and sour sauce, and I like to put some pineapple pieces on mine to caramelize. I did just find this last bit of barbecue sauce in the fridge, which I might actually pop into the mix. Usually you'd put a Worcestershire sauce, but I don't have any at the moment, so I put soy sauce instead, which is pretty similar really, but you know, it's maybe less savoury. But I'm going to put this in as well, and I think that's going to be a pretty good base to the meatloaf. And I'm going to do my mother's twist, which is the sweet and sour. sauce on the top, which is pretty yummy. So I'm going to go ahead and mix all of that, and I'll show you when I put the sauce on. I have that all combined, and I'll just transfer that into this greased baking dish. It's all nicely in there. I kind of like to make a few little divots in it, so it kind of gets little pockets of sauce on it, and like a little gaps around the edge. Go ahead and put half of the sauce onto the meat, probably half of the pineapple pieces onto the top, and we'll get that in. I've popped half of that sauce and the pineapple pieces, and the rest of the can go in the fridge. 80 degrees for about an hour. I'll probably check it at about half an hour, sort of halfway through, and I'll add that in there, and I'll add the other half of that sweet and sour sauce towards the end, and we'll have a look at it later. I'm going to cook up power cook some little potatoes, which I'll chop into little wedges, which I will also bake in the oven as a side, and I'll do maybe some green peas or something as well. And I'm just going to steam these peas and carrots in the microwave for a side. It's time for an iced coffee while we're cooking. Okay, it's midway. I'm just going to pop the other half of that sauce in the oven to finish cooking, and I might even pop it under the grill to get it a little bit more toasty on the top, so that all of these, well, they are actually caramelized on the edge, but so that all the pineapple caramelizes, and so we'll get that back in the oven. And our roasties are looking wonderful. I just gave them a good shake. So our meatloaf is out of the oven. It probably cooked for about an hour and 20 minutes. And the top is all lovely and golden, and it is smelling so good. And we got our roasted potatoes, and I've just popped these on for a couple of minutes, or they're quite hot, so steamed up the lens. And we got our veggies coming in. I've got to drain those. And that's another use of some things out of that freezer. Tonight's tea is sweet and sour meatloaf with roasted potatoes and some steamed veg. And this is what our plates look like. Pretty yummy. And that's what's for tea. Loaf is so yummy, and we've got plenty of leftovers. The only thing that I would say is that it needed more sauce, and I did use that sachet packet, which I don't usually. Normally I have the jar, so that is, you have sort of probably double the amount of sauce, and I think it needed it. So if you are going to make it, then get more sweet and sour sauce, or if you have a nice recipe for sweet and sour sauce, you can make that up and use that instead. But it was a hit, and it was delicious, and we've probably got 2 more nights worth. We are here at the fireworks, and here's Daddy. About to start. We are waiting. The snacks are good, aren't they? Are you ready? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to make some toasted muesli because we're all out. Well, just because we have the ingredients. So I'm just going to pop some. I have these milk oaties, but you do any of your oats you have, like rolled oats or quick oats. These are more like a quick oat. I just emptied my wee container, so I'll just top that up with the remainder. I do like a stocked pantry with all of my containers, but I really do not like mixing old with new, so I had to fully empty and finish that jar before I like to refill it with new boxes. The old farmhouse at my nana's, that if you ever refilling something you had to make sure there weren't any weevils or anything, and I've never seen a weevil at my house, but it's the thought of old oats or old flour or whatever it is that you're filling just having something in it. So I always think fully empty it, make sure you can't see anything, then refill it. That's just me. So I am just going to put the nuts and seeds that I have here. So I have some coconut, so I'll pop some of that in. I've got sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, use up those. It's a great way to use up the last things of everything. So I think I've got pumpkin seeds somewhere in here. There is some linseed, so I'll just pop a few of those on and then I'll show you what I do next. So that's just the last of those seeds I have. I usually put walnuts or almonds or whatever I have. I don't happen to have any of those at the moment, but I'm just using up what I have. The shredded coconut, which I'll put in now. There's just something so nice about toasting coconut. As soon as it starts to warm through, the whole house starts to smell so nice. I'm just going to put the rest of that in because the packet's fairly old and we need to use it up. And I'll do a pinch of salt. A tiny pinch, because next step is I'm going to put some peanut butter and some honey, which I'll warm slightly in the microwave. And I believe, let's double check this, I think it's salted peanut butter. It's just ground peanuts and salt added. It's a really natural peanut butter that we use anyway. So let's go ahead and get that heated and I'll stir it through. So I've probably got just under half a jar of that crunchy peanut butter in here, and I have got some honey, and I'll put probably maybe the same amount, or about 2/3 of the amount of peanut butter we have, and I'll give that a heat in the microwave I'll just check it and see if it's melted, and I'll give it a good stir. The peanut butter was quite hard. I don't know if it got cold, but I had to give it a really good stir, and there's really big pieces of peanuts in it, which is great for this, but hard to stir. So we'll just stop that there and give it a little stir. Oh yeah, that's honey has melted, so we'll stir it. I've given that a really good stir, and now let's get it on the mix. You can add dried fruit to your toasted muesli, but I wouldn't put it in while you're cooking it. I put it in at the end because it can sometimes burn in the oven. Mixed, and I'll spread it back out. Okay, I ended up mixing that. I actually ended up having to use my hands once I got the majority mixed. I had to sort of spread it out. So that's done now. Mixed pretty well. So we'll pop that in an oven, and I'm actually just going to check it every maybe like I'll do 10 minutes and then I'll give it a check and I'll turn it, and I'll just keep a really close eye on it because it can turn quite quickly. Probably end up cooking for about half an hour. So pop that in 180 degrees Celsius, and I'll put the timer on for about 10 to check. Okay, let's get, yeah, it's definitely time to turn it again. This might be the last turn. It's got a really great colour. Just doing that. Oh, you can smell the coconut. Wow. Oh, you can even see there's a piece of peanut there. I do love a really crunchy peanut butter. It's going a bit dark on the edge there. You wouldn't want to take it any further. I'm pretty happy with that because this is, so it's been cooking for 20 minutes. And yeah, I would almost, it could go back in one more time, but I'm actually really, it's nice finding little slightly less cooked bits and mostly crunchy, but yeah, it's all, and it's almost formed these little, occasionally these little clusters, which will be like really yummy and honey and peanut butter. So it's like a little surprise that you get in your plate. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cool, and I'm just going to pop it in a glass jar. Let's try some while it's still warm. To get a couple of the little clusters. It'll get crispier as it cools. Quite savoury, but just a little bit sweet with that honey. Perfect for breakfast. Let's get this in its jar. But that would be quite a nice gift, like with a little material cute cover for Christmas. So yeah, anyway, we're going to eat this lot, but when Christmas comes around, we'll go ahead and maybe, if I get around to it, I'll make up some gifties. And we do have probably enough for a bowl here, so I might put it into a bowl ready for tomorrow morning for a breakfast. Thanks for being here, and thanks for watching Ka kite anō, which is a Māori goodbye, in case you were wondering why I say that at the end. Ta-ta.